good morning, good afternoon, good evening from whatever time zone you may be in. This is Off the Grid Podcast with Ian and Jared.
Getting authorized access to the truth.
And in our last part of our Flight 370 podcast series, we talked about... What did we talk about, Aiden?
We finished up the theories, actually.
Yep.
And it was a time slip in the Ohio theory.
Yeah, those two we extended out because we really wanted to... The time slip one was very interesting because that one tied in directly with what we were talking about in the time travel podcast we did previously. Yeah. And so we talked all about that and
it tied very neatly, like in a bow. It tied really nicely with the crashes made up.
Mm-hmm. And we didn't even realize that too until we started talking about it. Yeah, so which actually happens a lot, to be quite honest. But yeah, so if there's any parts of the podcast that you haven't seen yet, please do go back to our channel, like home screen.
Watch part 1, then 2, then 3. It's simple counting.
And then part 4 is the fun part. We got a weekly geek freak is what I meant. Weekly Greek freak.
Weekly Greek freak.
That's what I almost said there, but
oh no.
So this one is a fun-packed weekly geek freak we got for you. And but anyways, before we go on, I would like to mention that you can find our podcast on YouTube and Apple Podcasts. Be sure to subscribe to either one of those channels to be notified for future content. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Also, be sure to leave us a comment on our YouTube channel or rate us on Apple Podcasts. If you have any questions or suggestions for future podcasts, please email us at offthegridpodcast@gmail.com. And if you share our podcast, that will really help our channel grow.
And as always, Facebook and Twitter, you guys know the drill about that, so...
Yep, so just contact us on there if you need it.
Yep.
So anyways...
I just want to chat.
It's time to move on to the Weekly Geek Freak!
Woo! Alright, so what's this first topic, Chip?
So this one's a bit interesting.
First of all, you have something to tell us before we move on to the actual topic, right?
So this is out of this world...
Well, actually, it's very deep in the world.
Yeah, but it's... But this
one's
a little off the grid for us. But, anyways, it's called Poop Sensor. So go ahead and click on the link if you haven't already.
Oh shoot.
Is it on there okay?
It's on. It's not red.
Is it working okay?
Yep, there we go.
Okay.
There we go, I was gonna say.
All right, so it's called this part of... This topic here is the smart diaper has entered the building at CES 2019. Poop, there it is.
Oh
gosh,
the caption. That's the tagline. Oh,
so
shit.
as we know, this is a very popular website that we use for our information. It's CNET.
CNET. Yep.
Very good. And
we are seeing it. Trust me.
And so.
Oh God.
So I want to mention something funny before I start into the article here.
So me and Jed were in the car, and we were just talking about, planning out this podcast. We really wanted to get deep into it. And Jared, on our way to Starbucks, we were going to Starbucks because we love that place.
Mm-hmm.
And
who doesn't?
Right, love it. My favorite thing to get is a Java chip. What about you?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I like everything pretty much.
Yeah. Anyways, we were going there, get a coffee and stuff, and he just pulls something out of his head.
Yep, I got a beautiful quote for you. Write it down in the books here.
You can tell this to your boss. This is a hint.
Yep. So, the boss makes $1 and I make a dime. That's why I poop on company time.
Oh man! Try saying that to your boss. See how he reacts to that.
Yeah, it's like, that's why I take a poop when, I'm supposed to be working. Because I realize how much money I make compared to my boss.
Oh, God. I can imagine.
Yeah, so I just thought that was a perfect opportunity to mention that. But, anyways.
Now we're going to talk about how to sense poop.
So apparently, for any parent out there that is, has to change dirty diapers, then this articles for you.
Yeah. Yep. Doesn't make it a lot easier.
So it starts out, nobody likes a dirty diaper.
Oh God. I just like the third paragraph is, oh God, it's gonna get
It's
gonna get kind of disgusting, but here we go. We chose this, so
let's jump right in, shall we? Even if maybe not into this.
Let's jump right in. And the ad is perfect.
I love it. I got some underwear
no,
on here.
It's perfect because of what we're talking about.
Corresponds with it, right?
So let's jump right into it, shall we?
So, okay, so nobody.
Woo! It's gonna be funny. We're gonna die by the time we get done with this.
Nobody likes a dirty diaper, even if it's one of the realities parents have to cope with. So, South Korean company Monit has set out to make the experience a bit more bearable. At CES, Monit shared what might be the ultimate wearable, a smart diaper. Okay, we knew this was going to happen at some point, right?
Yeah, right? It's smart everything.
Monit created a cookie-sized sensor with Bluetooth. Great, I can play music out of the baby's diaper.
Why is music coming out of the baby's ass? Oh, and that's making the poop go doom.
Goes to the beat.
Oh my god. Mommy, why is my...
Okay, wait. Okay, this makes me feel a little bit better. It attaches to the outside of a baby's diaper.
Okay, good.
So the sensor can...
No, but it makes the poop go in. It makes it bounce. It makes it bounce. Oh, God. Oh. For babies that already have trouble, like where it goes down their legs, can you imagine?
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Oh! Oh, my God.
The sensor can detect whether there's pee or poo in the diaper and alert parents and caregivers. No more need for a diaper sniff test.
No one need for a type of sniff test. That stinks.
Yeah, that's a poopy.
Oh. I feel a watermelon.
I feel a watermelon coming on. It's gonna be weighing me down. I won't be able to walk.
Code
23. AFR.
There we go.
Using a smart diaper sensor can reduce instances of diaper rash and urinary tract infections.
Oh, God.
Also, data from the sensor can be used to track diaper
consumption. What? That's
not a good use of words there.
Continue on. And it can also detect pee and poo patterns and sleeping patterns. How the heck can a diaper detect sleeping patterns? It can detect pee and poo patterns. That's pee and poo patterns.
So the Monit Smart Diaper Monitor launched in Korea and Japan at the end of 2018.
Another reason to move to visit Japan.
The company is partnering with Kimberly-Clark to bring Monit's tech to Huggies this April. Oh, okay. Monit also plans to transition from selling the smart diaper sensor to a subscription service that provides unlimited diapers and personalized care service for the baby. Pricing has not been announced at this time.
Let's talk about this a little bit. Oh my God.
Why is this a thing? Okay, actually, it is kind of interesting because
actually,
like, when you first read this caption at the beginning, you're like, okay, wow, this is stupid.
It's gonna be funny,
but
which it is funny. It's
funny, but it's not stupid necessarily. No. It's actually,
it can actually help a lot of parents that have trouble sleeping at night because their babies all
and especially
for actual germaphobes, like
sorry, excuse me.
At least they did it the right article. Like, yeah. It doesn't come out one end, it comes out the other, right?
Anyways, so
I just love how they said no more need for a diaper sniff test.
That was a good one.
Oh my God. How does it track diaper consumption?
Yeah, that's not really a good use of words.
Does it have a robot that it whips the diaper off the baby's butt? It's like
consumption's like you
does
eat it.
You know? Oh! Oh my God. Diaper consumption.
That's not a very good use of words there.
Wait, so can you attach the sensor to a vacuum and the vacuum sucks up the diaper and it consumes it and just tears it up into small pieces?
Yuck.
Oh my God.
Alright, so I think that's pretty much it for that one.
That is amazing.
So that was a good funny one there.
Oh my god. That's
so our next topic.
Oh my god.
So our next topic is Daimler beating Tesla to making semi-autonomous big rigs.
Truckers, yes.
All right, so
this is from TheVerge.com.
Mm-hmm.
And this article is really interesting. So Joe, what is this that you found?
So Daimler is beating Tesla to making basically just semi-trucks, right?
Yeah.
And so
even though Tesla Semi was the first one. Tesla Semi was the first electric semi.
Yeah, so
they haven't released them yet, but
you remember that Tesla and Elon Musk announced that
he's awesome.
That there was going to be a big rig project for them, right?
Yeah.
They announced them, and
it is called the Tesla Semi.
Yeah, which is interesting because when I first saw it, I'm like, okay, well, semi-truck drivers, I don't know how they're going to like it, because if you know anything about truck drivers and, bus drivers and whatnot, they want to be able to have control. I mean, this is like their job. Their job is to drive a truck. Yeah. And they probably don't want to give all their work over to a semi-autonomous vehicle. They probably want
Optimus Prime.
You know what I mean? Yeah, who knows? Tesla might be making their big rigs to turn into a robot like a bumblebee or something, But
oh gosh.
Yeah, I don't know.
It is interesting though, because
it's interesting. I don't know how a
truck can save their life.
It definitely could. Especially when the truck driver gets sleepy and they might start to doze off a little bit.
So it wouldn't even really need to.
But
have any input.
Well, actually, having a semi-autonomous vehicle, I heard under law, you have to be awake. You can't be like texting on your phone while it's driving. You have to be ready to take over at any time. I wonder what the difference is
between that and a car then.
Huh?
There's not laws in self-driving cars that you have to. Probably because of what's in the trailer. Not so much with the semi itself, but probably because of...
Well, there's...
Because what if it's killing a bunch of hazardous chemicals, right? And, not paying attention, it swerves and...
Exactly, and it is proven that there is a law for when they were doing the self-driving tests and stuff, that the person that was behind the wheel had to make sure that they're ready to take over in case a malfunction was to happen, because you can't put all your trust in this new technology, because as we know, Aiden, technology breaks down, especially at the worst possible times, and that's
like tonight.
Yeah, Yeah.
Before we... And going back to our AI podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Reasons for Tesla and AI. You can probably bridge that gap.
Yep. So Elon Musk told the world in late 2017 that Tesla was making its automotive know-how and applying it to a totally new challenge, self-driving big rigs. But 1 year later, he placed...
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know why I was reading like that. He placed the Tesla Semi fourth on a list of priorities for the company, behind the upcoming Model Y.
Compact SUV. Yeah.
Yep, and an electric pickup truck.
Which that is cool. That's cool. That's what I think they should have done in the first place. Focus on a normal pickup truck first
before jumping all the way to a semi truck.
Huge semi, yeah. Yeah. Well, and just letting you know, Daimler, Tesla was thinking about this long before them. So
yeah,
you guys should just know that, okay? Just telling you now.
And this week, Daimler executed a move many years in the making by announcing its own big rig, albeit a diesel-powered one, outfitted with semi-autonomous technology, and others are following suit.
So it's not even fully electrical then?
Yeah.
So, I mean...
But you don't know...
That's a big difference.
Yeah, but you don't know if fully electrical would be good or not. Because here's the thing. Diesel, if you know anything about diesel, it's a lot stronger than... the engine's a lot better off than a regular gas-powered, like...
That is true.
Non-leaded.
That's true.
Yeah.
But Elon Musk made a video when he was unveiling the Tesla Semi about a Tesla truck versus a diesel truck.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it's semi-autonomous, a diesel truck... Now, this doesn't sound like a lot, but the Tesla truck got to where it needed to go in 20 seconds. And the diesel truck took 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Mm.
So it's a huge jump, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Which means the Tesla trucks are faster. And that's the funny thing, is that both trucks, the Tesla Semi and the normal diesel truck, were carrying the max weight that's allowed on U.S. highways, 85,000 pounds.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. So Yeah.
So the German automaker also committed to manufacturing the truck this summer, with delivery scheduled for later this year. It pledged 500 million euros over the next few years to the continued development of an autonomous big rig, and said it was hired hundreds of employees to move the tech forward. And just like it did when it unveiled the prototype version in 2015, Daimler gave us a ride in the truck to get a taste of what the near future of trucking will look like. And then there's a picture there about it.
That doesn't look very high tech. I'm sorry. It just doesn't look very futuristic. I'm sorry. It just looks like it's like a normal truck, you know?
While there are a few Tesla semi-prototypes on the road now, and a dozen or so big-name companies have placed pre-orders for the trucks, it doesn't look like a production version is coming anytime soon. Tesla still hasn't said where or exactly when it will build the trucks.
Yeah.
And it would likely need to raise more money or sell a hell of a lot more Model 3s.
Yeah, to fund the project.
Yeah, so...
That's true. I mean...
So is there a problem with Tesla with making enough money?
Not anymore. If you haven't noticed, Jared, I'm starting noticing this because I love Tesla. I'm starting noticing more Teslas on the road now. Because their Gigafactory's built. And because of that, they said in 2019 that they're really going to start ramping up production and getting their cars out, and they have.
Yeah.
So they've been getting them out more, so I think they're going to start, really moving forward here.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yeah, so, well, this is a really long article, but you basically get the idea here.
Yeah, they started off a prototype in 2015, and, it just kept going from there. So
yeah, so it's basically Tesla is not alone in the competition for this.
Basically is what they're trying to say.
And who knows, this is a very new market, you know what I mean? And it's, because there's Tesla, so Tesla was the first company to announce this, right? Or was it Daimler?
Yep.
Okay,
Tesla had it in plan since 2013.
Yeah.
Before Daimler even released their prototype. They had this, if I remember correctly, Tesla had the Tesla semi-plan when the Model S came out. And that was in 2012.
Yeah.
So they had this plan for a long time. So they've been thinking about this a lot longer than Daimler has, let me tell you. So yeah.
It's interesting because...
And it is because of that I trust Tesla more than Daimler with this.
Yeah.
They have experience.
I don't know if I would want... I mean, obviously I'm not a trucker, so I wouldn't want any of them, but it's still...
If I was a trucker, I would want Tesla. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just would.
I mean, based off of if your company would purchase it, because if you're a trucker, you're not purchasing your truck, you're using company truck.
If I had the ability to, I would...
I'd
purchase the Teslas. Yeah,
definitely.
That's what I would do, yeah.
Obviously Tesla needs to get more big rigs out there and do more tests. And
the technology is more advanced than the Daimler, so they have that on their side. The actual truck itself is above Daimler, is what I would say.
But it's still saying though. I mean, because this came out on the 11th of January of this. Well, actually today. That Tesla still needs to fund it, and they supposedly don't have enough money to do this quite yet. I mean, you were saying that there was enough money, but it doesn't quite seem like they're ready to jump on board with it.
I don't think. Did I say that? Or did I say?
Well,
that
you said that they have more
plans?
money now.
Yeah,
they have more money now.
I didn't say they had enough. I said they have more money now that they're starting to get their cars out there.
I don't know. I think Elon Musk is jumping the gun here on certain things because he's really got to think about it before. Like, this is the same guy that's making a tunnel underground, some stupid tunnel that is supposedly a very bumpy ride, from what I understand. Like, someone went on it. I don't know, but I don't know. There's been a lot of criticism with him, and I think he's kind of. I don't like Elon Musk specifically. He's kind of like just a weird guy. I don't know.
He's very genius, though, dude. I mean,
I'm not saying he's not smart. He's just weird, and I don't honestly know if his business model is going to succeed much more longer. I mean, if he keeps making these rash decisions, like, oh, let's do a semi-autonomous truck, you know, and just like come up with these different ideas. Okay, so how are you going to get the money for it?
Yeah,
you know, that's the next thing I want to know. So yeah, it's just little things like that. It's like I don't know if he's the best businessman out there for this.
She has an engineering mind of a god, but I mean,
yeah, it's kind of like
when it comes to engineering and stuff.
But we got to question his business.
Yeah, his business side
ability. Yeah,
yeah.
So, anyways, I think that's about it for that one. What's the next one, Aiden, that you found?
This is another Tesla article, but this one is really cool because this car is supposed to release next year, and they've already produced over 1,000 of them. So they're actually producing these. This is more of a comparison. Now, as many of you may know, Tesla. If you follow Tesla like I do, because I'm a huge Tesla fan, Tesla is making a new car called the Tesla Roadster. And they made a Roadster before, but they're making a new one. and it's coming out in 2020, so next year. And someone did a comparison with, if you also follow sports cars, you also know about the Bugatti Chiron, which came out last year, and that's another supercar. Mm-hmm. So I found a pretty cool article that I think you guys will enjoy, and it's a comparison of the Tesla Roadster versus the Bugatti Chiron, and which one's better and which one's faster. So I'm going to read this, right? So it says that Tesla's next generation Roadster has been making headlines ever since the Tesla Semi unveiling last year, which we just talked about, where this futuristic all-electric supercar descended from the semi-trailer. So it actually came out. Yeah, the head cargo, obviously. Tesla aims to launch the Roadster in 2020 and recently teased a stunning new photo of the Roadster in white. Take a look at that car.
Wow, that's beautiful.
They've already done tests and stuff, so I mean, dude, you say that Tesla needs to get on the game, but they got that car completed, dude. They have one test and everything, so I mean...
Yeah, I'm just saying their marketing...
They need to find ways to sell it, yeah. Yeah, not saying that they didn't build it right. I mean, obviously, it's a beautiful car.
I'm not doubting that their constructive abilities to build these different types of vehicles. I'm sure that the semi truck is great.
It's amazing. Yeah, the technology is insane.
Yeah,
you know?
It's just I don't know if they know how to get it in the more, because the whole point of
to market it for people like us.
Yeah, because how are you supposed to get it in the hands of you and me? You know what I mean? Like.
How am I going to get that car? How am I going to get that car? $250,000.
I mean, to be quite honest, we're not millionaires.
Nope,
and
not yet.
You know, we can't afford to go out there and just oh, you know what? I'm going to go buy a Tesla today.
We're not Bill Gates.
Yeah. You know, Bill Gates can go out there and buy as many Teslas as he wants.
Yeah.
But he probably has a car for every day of the week. And,
whatever.
Yeah. I mean, or 5 cars for each day of the week.
When I was thinking for the car, I was specifically thinking of that guy, Jay Leno. Jay Leno, because he's a car guy, so he probably, Jay Leno.
Yeah, he's probably ridden in one before.
He did, he made a video about it. He made a video, Jay Leno's Garage, if you've ever heard of that.
Yeah, I've seen that show.
Yeah. So here's the thing about the Tesla Roadster. This is a comparison, alright? Obviously, I told you this, guys, already. Sorry about that. So the Tesla Roadster with not claimed anymore, it's been proven, so it's proven now. The Tesla Roadster with a claimed 0 to 60 miles per hour in 1.9 seconds. 1.9 is already challenging established high-end car manufacturers around the globe. The next generation Roadster is equipped with a 200 kilowatt battery pack that gives the car an impressive 620 miles of range.
That's really good.
So on one charge, you can go from Ohio to Michigan and back.
Wow.
That's impressive, that's really impressive. Because that's at its full speed on the highway.
Now sorry, Aiden.
Wait, no, what were we going to say? I wanted to say
I just wanted to put a disclaimer in here because a thing that I wanted to mention, there's not a whole lot of charging stations through the U.S. right now.
Right, there's
not enough of them.
12, yeah.
There's
not that many throughout the world yet.
I mean, I don't know if there's an exact number on it. Aiden's saying 12, but I don't think that's because I saw one in Fair Lawn, Ohio that was at a grocery store. There was it didn't say Tesla, but it was a car charging station, electronic,
Was it white and white?
I don't remember.
Was it white and white? Because that's the main color.
I don't think it was Tesla specifically. I think it was just for electric cars.
Yeah.
But
I'd probably work on it.
It probably would.
I don't know, actually.
It should.
Because Tesla makes their own batteries, so,
That's another bad
thing.
Gimmick, because here's the thing. It's not universal. If it's not universal,
even if it's more powerful. It might be more powerful than other electric cars, but
Yeah, but they need it to be able to charge anywhere, because that would make it more easier. Because if you're saying, okay, well, I have a Tesla, but I want to drive it to here, but I can't get there without to charge it once, then you're stuck unless you find a Tesla charging station.
Can you imagine having to push your Tesla Roadster to the charging station?
Joke's on you for getting a Tesla.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, that's my car choice. That's what I want. So, I'll find it, But listen to this, okay? You'll probably take it to the store and back and stuff, who is really going to take their Tesla thousands of miles if you think about it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's something to think about. Anyway, though, back to the article. Considering the supercar performance of this electric beast, the price of the car seems relatively reasonable at $200,000. It can be reserved at this time for a $50,000 deposit. For those who want it more quickly, a Founders Series Roadster can be reserved for an upfront payment in full of $250,000. That may sound like a lot, but, and then it goes into a chart here, and I'm gonna read this. I'll finish the sentence. First it says, but look at the price of a 2-seat Bugatti Chiron that is half a second slower to 60 miles an hour. So, I'm gonna read this chart, okay? It's comparing... Do you see it, Jared?
Yeah,
it's
I'm looking at it now.
the Roadster versus the Chiron. So, I'm gonna read the Roadster first. All these stats, okay? So, the Roadster goes 1.9 seconds in goes 0 to 60 miles per hour in 1.9 seconds. Top speed is over 250. The official speed isn't classified yet, but it's going to be over 250. That's been confirmed. Its range is 620 miles on a single charge, 4 seats, $200,000 versus the Bugatti Chiron, which is 2.4 seconds in 0 to 60. 261 miles an hour, which is faster, but we don't know the official speed of the Roadster, so it might surpass that when it comes out. Its range is only 286 miles. It only has 2 seats, and it costs twice the price of $3 million. So, I mean...
Wait, yeah, I'd rather get a Tesla Roadster.
The Roadster might be going faster. We don't know yet. It might go faster, and yet it costs half the price.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Aiden. I would rather get a Tesla.
Yeah.
If you're comparing it to a Bugatti, and it's like, goes 2.4 seconds compared to 1.9.
And it might be going faster, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, Tesla recently showcased the Roadster for the first time in Europe at the Grand Basel car show in Switzerland. Grand Basel is a show where only exceptional vintage and modern vehicles are chosen to be showcased. Based on the media buzz surrounding the show, the Tesla Roadster turned out to be one of the most sought-after attractions there, which means that people want this car.
Mm-hmm.
The car at Grand Basel appeared to be a design shell of a white Roadster, which also happened to be showcased at the 2018 Tesla shareholder meeting a couple months back, which is the one where I was talking about the Tesla semi-truck that they showed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so look at that beauty. Look at that beauty. I mean,
it's slick.
We might put a picture of it in the podcast. We might,
Yeah, just make sure you... Yeah, just go on here, because Aiden's the man that looks up the photos for us, so Aiden, just make sure you find all these and have the chart too. That'd be nice.
That is a sexy car, let me say. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. One observation worth noting, there were no side mirrors. Okay.
Okay, so where does it make up for
the
not
cameras?
Cameras?
Yep. But I mean, that's easy to solve. If it's electric, so anyways, there are no side mirrors, and the prototype shown also features a more minimalist and unique interior, which is featured in Tesla's 2018 promo video feature this year. For current Tesla owners who can't afford the hefty price tag of the 2020 Roadster, they can use Tesla's referral program to try and win a free next-gen Roadster. Oh, how do you do that? I'm gonna find that out. Not to say I win, but there's probably 1,000 people.
Oh, heck yeah. It's gonna be hard, trying to win a sweepstakes.
And that's the end of the article. So what do you think about Tesla? Are you on board with the Semi, and are you on board with the Roadster? Let's go with the Semi first. Are you on board with the Semi?
Yeah, I think that in my opinion, I think that the semi-trucks that Tesla is making are nice. Yeah. They're a neat, innovative idea for truck drivers.
Yeah. And
I honestly don't know what truck drivers think of it. Maybe they think it's really cool and they would like it. That's great. Tesla
might have helped if they would have done some research and talked to truck drivers and be like, hey guys, what would you think of a
instead of just jumping into the market.
Yeah.
Like usually you do like a survey or something.
That's what Ford does whenever they come up with a new Mustang. So that's another thing to mention, is that Ford and all the Chevrolets also starting to jump on the electric thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we always must know that Tesla started it. So
yeah. So anyways, I think that
might be sad. Wow.
I think it's a good idea both for the Tesla Roadster and
the semi
truck. But the question is, there's a couple of questions I have, and that being, can they market it really well?
That's what I was wondering, yes.
And if they can market it well, great, because they need to be able to find out how to get the money to fund all these projects.
Yeah.
Because if they're not making the income needed in order to fund the new projects they have in mind, then what's the point going on? They might as well just call it bankruptcy at this point. You know what I mean?
My dad said he's a businessman, and my dad said, I agree with this. But the difference is with Ford and Tesla and stuff. Ford puts out a bunch of commercials and stuff. And they need to start putting out more commercials, more flashy commercials and more,
Yeah.
Maybe even give a video game like Forza Motorsport. Like maybe give the developers, the chance to put their car in the game or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Just find ways to slip it into ads and stuff. And maybe, that's pretty affordable for a Tesla Roadster.
Yeah,
so I'll give them that. That's pretty affordable for the type of technology you're getting.
Let's touch up the Tesla Roadster interior because I want you to see this. This is insane. The interior of this thing is like...
Where's that at?
The Tesla Roadster interior. Just like, you just search it up on Google if you want, but...
Oh.
Tesla Roadster 2020 interior. It's freaking... It's like a spaceship, let me tell you.
20 what?
2020 Roadster, and then it's up the interior. This is freaking, it's like a spaceship. It's like a freaking spaceship. Like, look at the steering wheel. Like, look at... Oh my god. Like, the wheel. Oh my word. Look at the
wheel.
Look, it's like a spaceship.
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't
Holy
look like
crap,
a spaceship.
Is it this one here?
Yeah, that's the steering wheel for it.
That is freaking awesome.
Isn't that awesome, dude?
Yeah,
like, seriously.
It's a spaceship interior is what it says.
Yeah.
Wow. That is cool.
And that's the design that they said they're gonna go for, so.
Wow.
And this is someone driving it. This is actually someone driving it. This was a video that was made.
Wow, that's nice.
That's freaking awesome, isn't it?
I love that. That's a cool design.
That's funny that we're talking about we were talking about the Malaysia podcast, and yet it looks like a plane wheel.
Yeah,
that's
creepy.
freaking awesome. That's awesome, though.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts about the semi truck and the
Roadster.
Tesla Roadster?
My thoughts are.
I mean, I know you say it's cool and all that.
I'm a huge Tesla fan, but I will admit, like you said, Jared, better marketing. They have to. They have to.
Is there any concerns that I haven't mentioned that you thought of? Oh, yeah, the charging stations, right?
That, yes.
Got to make sure they have universal charging stations so anyone can use it. Any electric car can use it instead of just a Tesla. Like, it's just going to go to waste because it's already bad enough that they don't have a lot of Teslas on the road right now. So, yeah. Anyways, what else?
And the thing is, they haven't done this yet. They need to start building Tesla dealerships, Tesla stores, you know? Like Chevrolet has their own dealership, Tesla needs to start doing that.
But they need to start...
they have to have enough cars first in order to do that, yeah.
Yeah, they need to be able to have the money to fund it. They need to get
Elon Musk
it in
can
the
send
hands...
rockets to space, but he can't... SpaceX, but he can't get cars out on time.
They need to get it in the hands of people that have... Well, yeah, normal people, but first make sure that people that are famous are getting hold of it.
Yeah,
because
you can hold it fast.
Yeah, and then you can have those famous people, say like Kanye West, for example. Kanye West could
love the new Tesla Roadster. It's hip, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, like, and then he's advertising it on his social media and stuff like that.
There's like
like just little things like that.
It's like a sweet commercial of Dale Earnhardt Jr. You know, driving around the track at 200 miles an hour and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah, just have little ads. You know, slipping them in there with some famous actor that actually owns it, not just like you know, just for ad purposes, but they actually own it. They drive it all the time, and then
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
because he plays Tony Stark. That'd be perfect.
Yeah,
you know,
and then have him in actually have it in the Iron Man like advertisement, like they getting it out of a suit and then getting into the roadster.
And what would be really cool is if they painted it in the eye, you know, man, paint like gold and red. That'd be awesome.
Oh heck yeah, that'd be sweet, dude.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. And Jarvis is in it. And he's like, "Welcome, Mr. Stark." Like that'd be awesome. Yeah. I mean, yeah, like do that kind of thing, you know, advertise it.
Yeah, since people love superheroes, why not just use superheroes?
And then the Hulk smashes it. And the Hulk smashes it like instead of.
No, I just bought that.
Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, just market it, dude. I mean, oh my gosh, it's.
Yeah, so the
Tesla
question
knows
is
how to build, but they can't market with the damn.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens, but.
So what did you say? Like you were gonna say something just now. You said.
Oh, I don't know what I was saying.
All I'm gonna say was that.
I'm just gonna say that I think I could see a lot of failure with this because if they can't get themselves out of the ditch with the money that they need in order to fund all these things, they're just gonna like fall flat and maybe just
fly in the face.
Yeah, and they may not even get to do these different things that they say, and you know they need to do the little things that to actually make their company successful.
Yeah.
Instead of doing these big projects like, okay, we're gonna roll out these vehicles, and they talk all big about this stuff, but how are you gonna do it? You know, so. Yeah.
Think logically. How are you gonna come up with a game plan?
Yeah, you got to have a game plan. You got to have these people that are really good in marketing. To give obviously Elon Musk, that's not his strong suit. At least I don't think so.
Not even talking in front of people is his strong suit because if you've seen his presentations, he actually stutters when he's talking. So I mean, even presenting the product, you know.
Yeah. So.
He's a smart mind. He should be the one that's working behind the scenes, you know, building them and stuff.
Yeah, but he wants to be the figurehead of Tesla, is what he wants to be. So I can understand why.
But, I mean, he created the company, but I mean, yeah.
So I think that's pretty much it for this podcast, right, Aiden?
So, that's the Weekly Freak. So what should we say to close out?
Yeah, so I really think that, and if you...
This is a good podcast, first of all.
This is a really fun podcast, and if you have not listened to the rest of our parts... our other episodes, you might want to go back and check that out because I understand, like, if you're excited about the Weekly Geek Freak and want to check that out because that's always fun. But definitely go back and check out the other parts of our actual podcast because we go in depth on all the
cool
possibilities of, you know, what happened to the Malaysia flight and, you know, all that stuff. So, yeah.
And I want to mention before we go tonight, I know we mentioned it last part, but I want to mention it again. The future. Look into the future, our next podcast. Jared, what are we going to do? What are we thinking of doing?
Well, we were thinking about talking about our... Expanding on our theory about time travel, right?
Yeah, time zones, yep.
Time zones, yep. So stay tuned for that one.
That'll be fun. That'll be really fun.
I'm not sure if that will be the next one quite yet. We'll have to see what else we had in mind first. But, yep, definitely stay tuned.
This has been Off the Grid Podcast. Bye, guys.
See ya.